Hi, so here is obviously the Audi A6. Really lovely colour combination on this with the sort of black edition grille, and obviously you get the red calipers on the side of the car. So coming down the sort of side, you can see it's been really well looked after. All the wheels in lovely condition. There's no sort of scratches or dents or anything to spot down the side of it. And again, rear wheel in lovely order. Come around to the sort of back of the car. You can see there's no sorts of dings or scuffs or scratches or anything. Obviously, quite often the back of the tailgate will get quite heavily scratched, but you can see it's actually quite clean on this car. Coming down the left side of the car. Again, rear wheel, no curb marks or anything there. Again, no dents or scuffs to spot down the side. And again, front wheel quite often gets curbed, but you can see again, there's no sort of curb marks or scratches or anything there. And even on the front end of the car, it's really nice and clean, which is nice to see. Even the corners of the cars, quite normally they'll end up getting scuffed. But you can see there's no marks or anything that draw your eye. And sort of coming inside the car, if I start off opening the boot, obviously you get the electric tailgate with the car, which makes life a little bit easier. There's no sort of hairs or anything in the boot to suggest that it's been used as a dog car or anything like that, which is nice to see. It's all nice and clean inside. Obviously you've got the floor mats there as well. And you get these little handles in the boot as well, which will fold down the rear seats for you. And then your little button to close the boot. In the rear of the car, you can see rear seats. There's no marks or anything in the seats. There's no dimples or anything either to suggest that a child seat or anything's been kept in the back. To be fair, the back actually looks relatively unused. Even the backs of the seats don't have any scratch marks or anything there. And then you do, of course, have the heated rear seats, which is a nice little option on this car. And your own sort of tri-zone climate control that you can control from the rear. And then on the front side of things, again, driver's seats really nice and clean of any sort of wear. The bolsters normally quite heavily wear and you end up with sort of fading and things. You can see that's all nice and clean. Again, passenger seat, much the same story. No marks or anything to spot. And again, down throughout all the centre console, there's no sort of heavy scratching or wear to particularly mention. And again, even the door card's nice and clear. So, if I hop in, start the car up for you. You can see no warning lights or anything beyond wanting a little bit of fuel. You do, of course, get your infotainment system, which you can open up. I actually think I've just closed it by with the car starting. So if I go into the menu for it, obviously you get your different drive modes you can select. You get your sat nav, which you can obviously set, or you can just open up the map. You get your different sort of media options as well. So of course you can put in a standard sort of CD, you get Bluetooth, you can use the Audi AMI system if you really want to as well. And then of course with your radio, you get your typical sort of DAB, FM, AM. And then you can obviously, you've got your different options for setting up your phone, with the car. Coming down to sort of rest of the center console, obviously here are your 2 SD card slots. One of them's got the navigation in there, which obviously you can get new SD cards to update with each year. You've got your button for turning the start-stop system on and off, your parking sensors. Of course, you got the front heated seats as well with your tri-zone climate control, which obviously you can control each side for the different temperatures. And then obviously down here you get your different selector wheel. So obviously this just controls all the infotainment system for you, and you've got the keypad to input people's phone numbers and things like that as well. And that's pretty much the car. So if you do have any questions or anything, definitely feel free to give us a call or drop me an email.